hello, and welcome to the Sunday snack sale. I'm so glad that y'all could join us today. Thank you ever so much for being here. I also want to thank everybody who helped out last night so that we could still have our auction. I'm still looking for volunteers to make Monday happen. I did ask Sweet Nancy, but she said she was only available Sunday, so she's going to be here running our chat today. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that might be willing to help on Monday. I so hate to cancel auctions because the way most people live paycheck to paycheck, I live auction to auction. So if I can possibly have my auctions, I would like to. So if there's anybody willing to help out on Monday, or maybe several people who are willing to help out and swap out and take turns, that would be great too. So you can put it in the chat. You can send me an email, a Discord message. So getting some help is what makes the difference between me having the auction or having to cancel the auction. So I'm just going to be honest and keep it real. And that's my situation for Monday. I'm still hoping and praying that God will create a way. And so I will just leave it at that. Speaking of needing help, I have no co-host for today. I'm actually a little worried because when Lynette left last night, she didn't come back and she didn't answer messages, and a couple of other people have messaged her. So I'm hoping and praying that she is okay. But when somebody leaves and you don't know if they're okay, you just worry, worry, worry. So I am looking for some help to co-host the auction, whether for a few minutes or hours. If anybody is willing to help, let me know and I will drop the link. Otherwise, it's going to be me with nobody to talk to here. Well, while I'm hoping to get some volunteers, let me go ahead and tell you how this works and say my individual hellos, and hopefully anybody will be willing to help. And also go ahead and click the thumbs up. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and it's absolutely free. So, if this is your first time watching my auction or watching the auction replay, let me explain how this is going to work. The first thing you need to do is send me a registration email. My email is in the corner of the screen. Let me know your YouTube name, your real name, and your shipping address. That way I know where to send the bill and where to send the items you win. Once you've done that, you can bid. The way you bid in my auction is in numbers. That way I have a legal representation that you knew how much you're going to be charged on your invoice, because you do have to pay for absolutely everything you bid on. All sales are final. All items are as is and where is. The only time you can retract is during the auction. You must be 18 or over in order to bid. I do not cancel invoices at all, ever. You simply have to bid responsibly and pay for what you bid on. The methods of payment are a choice of Zelle or PayPal. PayPal is the software by which you make your invoices. So with PayPal, you can pay with your bank card, your debit card, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, Venmo, Apple Pay, and lots more ways. The method of shipping is with Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is a discounted shipping service that works with both UPS and USPS in order to get the deepest discounted rates. Those deeply discounted rates are based on the weight of the package, the dimensions of the package, and the distance from your zip code to mine. I'm shipping from a suburb of New Orleans, Louisiana. And that's why my channel's name is Southern Belle Nola. If you have any questions about registering, about bidding, shipping, or anything else, y'all go ahead and ask in the chat. If anybody would be willing to help me for a few minutes or the show, to co-host. I put the link in the chat. While y'all are thinking it over, I'm going to go ahead and say individual hellos. Keep in mind, you don't have to have your face on camera if you don't want to, and you'll just be a tiny little square in the corner. Just make sure to be G-rated and family friendly. All right, let's see who's here today. I see Voodoo Mama Miss Tina. Thank you so much, my Tina, for being here. I so appreciate you, and thanks for helping me out at the beginning of the auction last night. And here is I See You. Thank you so much for making the list and checking it twice last night. And here's our resident teenager, Miss Shelby. Thank you for being here, Shelby. Running the chat today will be Nancy Smith, who is Praise Him with the Dance. So good to see you. Here is Lisa M. Adventure. Oh, and she's on her lunch break, and she just popped in to see us. That is so sweet. I hope you're liking your new job at the nursing and rehab facility. Oh, look, she is telling everybody about it now. So nice that those people can get meals delivered to their rooms, as well as some cafeteria space for those visiting and those volunteering. So nice. And here is a new viewer. Hello, Anne Marie Wilson. So nice to meet you. Everybody, welcome, Anne Marie. And let us know if you want to be just Anne or Anne Marie so that we know what to call you. There's our sweet Janice, always reminding everybody that we need some more thumbs. Yes, please. Okay, well, we're going to get started, I guess. If anybody is willing to help me out by co-hosting, y'all let me know. I can drop the link again. In the meantime, I say, laissez le bon temps rouler. Let the good time roll. Roll in your life, roll in your heart, roll in your soul. Roll on and on and on. Hello to Jocelyn. I'm so glad to see you. Well, we're going to get started with the fun round we call Belle's Bargain Bonanza. And in this round, each of these squares starts off at the low $1 price, or I have two mystery bags in the back. So we're looking for a $1 starting bid. And I realize there are different numbers of items on each square. So the rock candies on the bamboo skewers, you get just two of. Color will vary depending on which two I pick out. I just happened to grab a blue and a yellow here. In square B, we have some eyeball gummies. I'm sorry, eyeball gum balls. I misspoke. Then in C, we have double bubble gum, great for all those bubble blowing contests of summer. On D, we have a pear licorice. On E, we have grape licorice. And on F, we have melon licorice. Looking for $1 starting bid. And the two mystery bags in the back, I only have two of each. Crafty Jen, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, Jen is in for $1, looking for $1.25. Jen just snuck right in and then started with a bid. I love it. And y'all go ahead and click the thumbs up for me, pretty please. So glad Jen is here. And if you see somebody that is normally here that's not in the chat, well, just go ahead and send them a message. I see we are missing CQ. We're missing Kitty, missing Jetty. Y'all just send them a little message. Just want to let you know, Belle just shouted you out. She's missing you at the auction. Or did you know the auction started? Y'all help me out by letting our friends know. Ooh, you had me hooked when I saw rock candy. Oh, I didn't know you liked rock candy. Okay. Well, learning more and more about who likes what. So that's always helpful to me. All right, we're in fair warning. Okay, of course I had to bump my camera. Okay, come back, come back. All right, here it is. Sorry about that, y'all. All hail King Craig. So glad you're here. All right, I think I missed a question during that. How many different colors of rock candy do you have? Okay, let me check. Okay, there are 4 different colors. I happen to put yellow and blue on here, but I also have red and pink, and I do have multiples of each. I just always think there is something so elegant about these. They're so easy to hold. Hopefully, y'all can see these are shrink wrapped, and they're just like the adult, elegant version of a lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop, lollipop. Sorry. Okay, let me see if I can catch back up with the chat. See, y'all, this is why I need a co host. Once again, if anybody is willing to help co host, here is the link. So I feel like I'm already getting behind and the auction just started. All right, did we get this counted down? Let's see. Yes, we did. Okay. Okay, so she's going to take 2 sets so that she gets all 4 colors. Okay, here's 2 sets going to Jen. Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, we'll open this up to the chat. Anybody else want to get in on these? And y'all don't forget, we've got the mysteries in the back. I've got 2 of each mystery bag. No. It's not times 4. It would be times 2 because you get 2 in a quadrant. So it would be times 2. I see you. If you'll just verify, since you're making the list, that you got that it's times 2, since you're getting 2 for $1. Here you're getting 6 for $1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're getting 8 of C for $1, and the licorices you're getting 5 for $1. Okay, well, we'll be here. And spoiler alert, we've got both bags of coffee, a ground coffee, and a cold brew coffee. Okay, we are open to the chat. Anybody else? For the candies or the 2 mystery bags? If not, we'll get started with the auction. Thank you so much. I see you. I appreciate you making the list. All right, last call then. All right, we move this aside. And let me move these aside. Oh, I'm sorry that you're having to kind of listen to me do all of this. Normally, this is when a co-host would talk or make some announcements. It is super hard being by myself. I probably should have just canceled, but it takes a village. I was hoping somebody, anybody, would help me out today. All right, let's see what we're going to have next. All right, $2 starting bid. I've got a choice of bottle opener. So I've got a bottle opener that looks like a hamburger and a bottle opener that looks like a hot dog. So these would be great for when you're having a weenie roast, having a burger bash, some kind of grilling or backyard barbecue type event. Quick question to y'all. I was talking to Melissa about this a couple of weeks ago. I said, when y'all grill outside up north, do y'all call it a barbecue if you're just grilling? And she's like, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, at an actual barbecue, you have barbecue sauce on food. But I heard a comedian the night before saying he thought he was going to get barbecue and it was weenies and hot dogs. And he's like, where's the barbecue? He felt like it was false advertising. So I wondered if that was a thing that y'all do. Um, so whether you're up north or down south, y'all let me know in the chat because I'm just kind of curious since I don't have a co host. I'll just ask y'all some questions throughout the auction and y'all can let me know if barbecue means um, barbecue sauce or if barbecue just means anything cooked outside. Of course, if we're cooking outside in Louisiana, most of the time it's a big cauldron of gumbo or jambalaya or crawfish. All right, did we get the $2 starting bid in for choice of bottle openers? Okay, there it is. So looking for $2, you'll have your choice of hamburger shape or a hot dog shape. Wouldn't this be a great host gift when you're going to um, a backyard barbecue or a weenie roast or a burger bash? So important to stay hydrated. Any interest? Oh, Janice apparently had asked if the bags were food. They were food. The entire first round was food. I'm so sorry you missed out on. Oh, I take it back. They weren't food. It was because the entire board was food. I made the $2 bags non food so that the people who have allergies or who have special diet plans could have something they could still get. All right, well, last call on this. I guess we'll pass. Okay, next I only have one of these. This is a 4 pack of containers. 4 pack of around food containers. Focus in, focus in. These are going to be $4 for the 4 containers. They are freezer safe. They are microwave safe. They are top rack dishwasher safe. And they're a nice big size too. So $4 for the 4 pack, still brand new and shrink wrapped. Got a nice little pull tab on those. It's always my pet peeve when they have such a small tab and you like don't have enough to grab onto or you're trying to stick your fingernails underneath. I like it when it's a nice big handle. And it's also kind of a demure pattern as well. No matter how nice you buy, after a while, if you put them in the microwave, they tend to get those little rings. And sometimes the ring is colored when you are heating up like some lasagna or stew or spaghetti. So you can wash and wash and wash it, but after a while, you just got to let it go and start cleaning. Okay, last call on this one. Okay. Next, let's do something brand new. Okay, I don't often have hot foods. This is going to be $2. So, warning, this is hot. This is the Cheetos Flamin' Hot. The date on it is November. So $2, it is only 70 calories. So if you've been wanting to try something hot, it's going to be just $2. Also, as a choice for $2, I have applesauce. It is 100% fruit. You're going to get 3 pouches in here. It is gluten free, cholesterol free, and no artificial colors or flavors. Next choice for $2 is going to be Louisiana brand homestyle hush puppy mix. So there is a third choice for just $2. And last but not least is going to be a box of Good and Plenty. Okay, y'all move down. Make room for everybody. Okay, everything is a one and done except for the applesauce. I did buy a whole bunch of applesauce because I thought with them being 100% fruit, gluten free, cholesterol free, they might be popular. So looking for $2 starting beyond. Any interest on the snacks? Anybody want to help co-host? I'm trying to kind of give it a little extra time because last night we kept finishing an item and starting another, and then we keep getting late orders. So that's why I'm purposely stalling in case somebody is a little behind. But the best way to stay up with the items is to make sure you're on the live chat, not that top chat, which will deceive you into thinking your own chat is at the top, and to make sure your little red line is pulled all the way forward. Okay, well, we will pass on this. And apparently, Nancy wants to see the chips from Greece. Okay, we will show that next then. I was trying to wait till a few more people came before showing the new stuff, but I will go ahead and show it. All right, $3 starting bid for choice. Okay, these are called Journey to Greece. The date on these is September 16th. The first flavor is rosemary and feta. Boost the camera up because this is a large family size. And also from Journey to Greece, this one is tzatziki flavored. looking for $3 starting bid. Hello, Martina. I'm so glad you're here. Always better when Tina is here. So, who wants to have a taste of Greece? Nancy's in for three. I love when I can bring y'all interesting flavors of the world. Once again, the choices are tzatziki flavored or rosemary feta. Oh, hugs and love to you too, sweetheart. Anybody for 325? Looking for 325. Fair warning. Let's see. All right, let's see which one or one she wants. I want one of each total. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, here is the next item. This is Kellogg's Rice Krispies, and I haven't tasted them, so I don't know. I just got them this morning and put them on the auction block. So maybe Nancy will let us know. All right, so this is going to be $3. These are Rice Krispies, and they taste like regular Rice Krispies, but they are blue and green. So look how they look in your bowl, or look how they look when you turn them into Rice Krispie treats. Aren't those just darling? I only have one box of these, and you will see these are special edition. The date on these is November. So $3. And if anybody decides they want to try the Greek chips, I only bought one bag of each, but I could go back and get more. So if anybody wants to order some, just put it in the chat. ICU will write it down, and I'll go back to the store after the auction and get some more. But I didn't want to buy a whole bunch and have to store them. So that's why I bought just one of each. Okay, looking for $3 for these blue and green Rice Krispie treats. Okay, last call on these if there's no interest. All right, we will move on. Now, not everything we sell is food, some of it is food related. And I find that it is so important to be hydrated, and there's a lot of drinks that you mix up by the pitcher. For some people, it's lemonade. For some people, it's iced tea. For some people, like my sweet Jane, she just loves her iced coffee. So, but it takes a pitcher to mix it up. And after a while, pitchers discolor. So I thought there might be somebody that just needs a new pitcher. $3. Now I opened that one, but I've got plenty that are still wrapped if y'all are interested. So, because I got a bunch of these from my local liquidator, but I opened the one so that y'all could see the design of it. And I love that it's nice and open, but I also love the type of spout that it has, which makes it really easy to pour. I love that the sides around the spout come up tall, so there's no chance of accidentally over spilling it. I mean, how many times have you had a spout and it just spills to the side of it? So I love that this one comes up on either side of the spout. So looking for $3 starting bid on this. And it could even be that you're just doing some cucumber in ice water or maybe some floating lemon to flavor your ice water. Hi, Kathy. I'm so glad you're here. We were wondering where you were earlier. All right. Anybody for the picture? Oh, and with my southern accent, it must have sounded like I said picture instead of pitcher. Sorry. Oh, Diane probably would have given the English to English translation, but we've been missing our Diane lately. All right. Any interest in this? Well, some of y'all may be saying, well, I like the picture and all, but I didn't have anything to mix up in it. Well, this is going to be your next item. It is cold brew, and I'm going to start this off at $6. Now, this makes 14 8-ounce cups, and this is brown sugar flavored. It is 100% Arabica coffee. It comes in 4 coffee packs. And what you do is you add it to water and you steep overnight. So, how simple is that? That you fill your pitcher up with water, you add your pack, and you let it steep overnight. And then you wake up the next morning or later in the day, but most of the time it's supposed to be the next morning, and boom, you got cold brew coffee and it's black, brown sugar flavored. So looking for $6. Any interest in the cold brew brown sugar flavor? Okay, well, let's go on these then. All right, next, do we have any Nightmare Before Christmas fans? I have a set of 4 cups. And look, Jack's eyes look like Christmas lights. How cute is that? These are Disney branded. $4 starting bid for the 4 pack. You'll see each of these cups are 16-ounce cups. Look how cute Jack and Sally are, all in love. And so these are the cups. It's nice that it's a 4 pack and it's by Disney. Okay, Tina's in for 4. Thank you so much. Anybody for 425? This is part of our Christmas in July. You know, we started out with a whole Christmas show and we'll finish with a whole Christmas show. But I do have a few little Christmas items in every show. Not the majority of it, but a few little Christmas items. And anytime y'all want to see something Christmas, you can just put a Christmas emoji in the chat. Fair warning. And Tina says that the grandson played Jack in a high school play. I love that. That's fantastic. Okay, congratulations to Tina. It's a one and done. All right. Next, I've got some 2 packs of dishcloths. So you'll see they are 2 packs. All right, so here's the first one. It's got look at the little chickens with the boots, and sage green with it. Next, this one has mushrooms on it and a kind of pumpkin colored one. Here's another one with the chicken with boots. Okay, we're looking for $2 starting bid. Well, this one and this one are really the same, just folded a different way. Looking for $2 starting bid for the 2 pack. I'm not sure why the chicken, or maybe it's a rooster, has on boots. $2 for the 2 pack. Any interest? All right, we'll move these aside. Let's look at a few dish towels. Okay, the dish towels are going to be $3 for choice. All right, the first one says, home is where I want to be. And look at that cute little bee. Oh, and the size of these are 14 by 24. So that's the first option. Home is where I want to be. Next option says home sweet home, but look, it's a rooster on a pig on a cow. And the third option is all of these vegetables, well, and a fruit, and they're all labeled with what they are. Wouldn't this be great to teach young folks, where you could just point and say, what's that? What's that? Can you say tomato? What's that? What's that? Can you say onion? Let's see, the material fiber content is partially cotton, partially polyester, about half and half. So I think it'd be great for either teaching to read or teaching the identification of um, vegetables. So looking for $3 for choice. Kathy's in for three. Thank you, thank you. If you're looking for cotton, I'm going to have some cotton ones coming up later, but it's a big 5 pack. But you might have a use for five. I was trying to move out the individual ones first before I get to the big 5 pack. This one would look so cute with this chicken. Don't you think this chicken and chicken or hen and hen, rooster and rooster? Okay, Kathy's going to go for one of each. Here's the three animals. Here's the I want to be, and here's the vegetables. All right, I want to let y'all know this is my last bee one right here. This is my last animal triad one right here. I have a couple few more of this. So if anybody was thinking about these are the last two of this type. We'll open this up to the chat now. But I never want to put any pressure to buy on you to buy anything. So, just like I'm sure you wouldn't want me to put any pressure to get a specific material. So, you get what you like, I'll get what I find, and we'll still be friends. All right. Last call on these. Anybody else? We are open to the chat. So we've got something for the foodie, we've got something for the farmhouse lover, and we've got something for the naturist or the garden or flower lover or just people who like insects. All right, let me move these to the side. Got a couple other to show y'all. Then I'll do the big 5 pack. Okay, the next one, and this is 100% polyester, it says, Joy is found in the simple things. I think that is so true. Ted, welcome, welcome. Everybody, welcome Ted and his wife, Jen, if she happens to be watching. If not, we're glad you came, whether you came alone or came with her. All right. Next, I've got this tree of life. It's got a gorgeous sun, or maybe it's an eclipse in the back. Not quite sure. Next, I've got this floral one that has kind of a mandala look to it. All right, looking for $3 starting bid. Any interest on these dish towels? Looking for $3. Nobody for joy, laugh, or flowers? All right, let me move these aside. All right, next we've got All American Ocean Tours open daily. We have Sweet Summertime. And we have A House Is Not a Home Without Paw Prints. $3. Any interest? Okay, we're going to pass on. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, we had a bid. Thank you, Kathy. Any other interest before Nancy counts it down? I have multiples of This House Is Not a Home Without Paw Prints. The other two are one and done. Good morning. Okay, she's going for the fruit. Excellent choice. Okay, we'll open this up to chat to see if anybody else is interested. All right, anybody else for the sailboat or the this house is not a home without paw prints? Okay, we move these to the side. Okay, next, look at this cute one giving us tropical vibes with leaves and palm trees and flowers. This one is all about the flamingos. And this one says, home is where the sun shines. So sweet. Oops, this is this way. Looking for $3. Talk about giving your Christmas a sunny, fun, tropical, beachy vacation vibe. After all, so many people do staycations now. It's fun to make your kitchen have that vacation feel. ICU is in for 3. I want to let y'all know that these first two are one and done, and I have only two of Home is Where the Sun Shines. Oh, Tina loves the colors. I do too. They're like happy, bright colors. Sometimes you think, when you think about happy, bright colors, you think of like neon yellow and neon orange. But you can have colors that are bright without being neon or without being those citrus tones. So I really think these bright colors of the pink and the blue and the green are so nice. I love that Tina and I are on that same wavelength. All right, we're going once, going twice. Fair warning. Nancy's doing a good job of moderating. And y'all remember, we're still looking for somebody to moderate on Monday. I did ask Nancy, but Nancy said she was only available for Sunday, and we are so glad to have her here. But I'm debating to see if there's any way to still have the Monday auction. So if anybody in the chat can help me out, please, oh, please let me know. Okay, she's going to take one of each. So here's one of Home is Where the Sun Shines. Here's the flamingo, and here's the tropical. All right, so I just have this one left. Anybody else for Home is Where the Sun Shines? Anybody else? Otherwise, it'll be available on the replay. All right, we'll move this aside. All right, attention, coffee and tea lovers and sweet lovers. All right, this one has one of the most beautiful coffee cups and coffee canisters. Look at those coffee beans and some beautiful chocolates. Oh, I can't wait to show you some Italian chocolates later. Um, Next, I have this fabulous milkshake, or maybe it's a frappuccino. So pretty. And for our tea lovers, look at this gorgeous teacup and teapot. So each is a one and done, $3 starting bid. Anybody for $3? I'll have one more round after this, and then I'll show you the big 5-piece set, and we'll go on to something else. Any interest in coffee, milkshake, or tea? Is it just too hot to look at a hot beverage? We've got the temperatures about 96 right now with a heat index of 106. So it is especially scorching today with very high UV rates, heat advisories. So I hope everybody is staying cool, but I can understand if y'all just can't look at a hot beverage when it's this hot. Okay, let's move these aside. Let me show you the last round of towels. All right, so I've got this gorgeous horse, or maybe it's a unicorn, although I think that's an ear, but it might be a horn. I don't know. Animal identification is not my strong suit. Next, I've got this one with the ombre colors in it, where it goes from orange to teal with all the pretty greens in between. And then I have these cute little beachy shacks that say Oceanside, Ahoy, Anchor, Breeze. So $3 starting then. This will be our last $3 round of towels. Oh, okay. We'll miss you, Kathy, but come on back when you can. Okay. We'll put you down for a joy towel. Here's your joy towel. Thank you so much. I always think of that Bible verse that says, joy comes in the morning. Okay, any interest in the horse, the ombre, or the little beach shacks? All right, let me move these aside. All right, next, this label is coming off a little bit, but you can tell it goes with this because it's literally connected. And you will see right here 100% cotton. Now, it's a little strange that here it says 100% cotton, here it says 95 and 5, but who am I to say? 15 by 15, you're going to get 5 pack. Now, if I sold these individually, because I sell towels for $3, this would be $15. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start these at 10. So $10 for a fabulous matching set of 100% cotton towels. So these are navy blue. I don't want y'all to think these are black, or white with navy blue stripe. So we'll start the entire 5 pack, of which I only have one, for $10. It is odd. But that's why I show you the label and I read what I read, and I don't make the products, I don't make the labels. I'm just here to show you what a okay. Anybody for $10 for the 5 pack? I just got it this week, and this is the first time I'm showing it. I got it from my local liquidator, ergo, why there's a little bit of a packaging issue, but that's why they got it. Great savings by buying the 5 pack. Super absorbent. Hopefully, y'all can see that these are nice and thick. See if I can show it to you this way. And they have a texture to them, which is going to help them be way more absorbent. And I don't know if any of y'all do the embroidery, but imagine how pretty it would be to embroider somebody's initials or monogram between the stripes. I think that would be so pretty. All right, well, let's go on to something else. All right, next, let me show you another cool, fun international food. We're going to start these at $4. This is something I've never had before. These are from Priano. They are shelf stable tortellini. They are made with high quality ingredients, made with real cheese, ready in 8 minutes. These are imported from Italy. $4 starting bid for these imported stuffed tortellini. So this first one, and they're telling you you can serve it with marinara sauce and a sprinkle of Parmesan. I personally like Alfredo or pesto, but that's just me. This first one is a cheese tortellini. The second one here is a mushroom tortellini. And it even lists the types of mushrooms: champignon mushrooms and porcini mushrooms. And apparently, it's also got some ricotta cheese and provolone cheese. So, really, it sounds like mushroom and cheese. And once again, from Italy, once again, real cheese made with quality ingredients. Okay, here's the next option. This is ricotta and spinach ravioli. Once again, it's a stuffed pasta. It's just a different shape. Ravioli means it's square with these scalloped edges. The tortellini are round, but they're still a stuffed pasta. Once again, made with real cheese. So, premium pasta made with spinach, ricotta, and provolone. And for those of you who maybe have issues with pasta, I have potato gnocchi. These are pasta like, but they are made from potato. And they have only a 1 to 2 minute cooking time. But you use them just like you would pasta, and you can put a sauce in them, on them, or you can put them in soup. My favorite soup at the Olive Garden is a chicken gnocchi, and so they put the gnocchi in a cream of chicken soup, which is how I fix these up when I make them. All right, anybody for this brand new imported from Italy pasta, and it is shelf stable. Oh, and let me show you the dates on these. If I can get it to focus. Oh, get it upside down. Nope, I had it right side up. All right. Can get it to focus. Wait, is this a 7-7? I might have just thought something expired. Okay, well, that's going back then. Let me check this one. Okay, this is 9-10. Maybe I read it wrong. Let me check one more time before I go back and give them a piece of my mind. No, that one I think says 7. All right, but these two, it's a good thing I checked. This one says 9/26. Okay, so this one is going back because I literally just got these this morning. Okay, any interest in these? I'll probably just exchange it for one of the other types that still has a couple of months on it. I'm surprised that y'all weren't interested in these, but okay, we will pass on these. Okay, well, let's do another Christmas item since this is Christmas in July month. And I have these super cute donut ornaments. It says, "Do not forget how much you're appreciated this season." Cute little box. And then you open it up and look how cute the ornament is inside. Beautiful ornament. And then on the back, once again, it says, "Thanks a whole bunch for all you do." How cute is that? We're going to start these out for $3. I love the ornaments. I love the special packaging. great to thank those people who do nice things for you with these special commemorative ornaments. Let me see if they're all the same or they're different. Oh, they are different. Okay. This one has a different coloring to it. I guess it's supposed to be chocolate. Oh, and they all say different things, apparently. This one says, donut, worry, be happy. Cute, cute. Let me leave these slightly ajar so we can tell which one's which. Okay, that one's red. That one's the chocolate. Let's see about this one. Is this the same? This one says, do not forget how amazing you are. And I love that it also says messages of encouragement just on the outside of the box, as well as on the ornament itself. All right, here's the next one. No, this is a duplicate of the first one. This is don't forget how amazing you are. And this one is, oh, this one's green. All right, so this one says, oops, don't forget how amazing you are. Okay, so anybody interested in these special commemorative gift ornaments that look like donuts? Okay, well, last call on these then. Okay, next, let me show you some new Italian cookies. All right, well, they call them biscuits in Europe. So you'll see it's kind of a shortbread cookie with some chocolate and then a little stamp. And the date on these is April of 2027. So this is going to be your first option. Also, I have a biscolatapia, and it is described as a chocolate creme filled cookie topped with dark chocolate. And I've also got this biscolatapia, which is raspberry filled cookies with dark chocolate. Looking for $3 starting bid for choice. Anybody for these Italian cookies? Well, biscuits. Okay, last call on these then. A few weeks ago, well, maybe a month or so ago, I had some Hawaiian stuffing. And y'all seem to really enjoy that. So I got some Creole stuffing. So $3 for choice. Tony Sassere's cornbread stuffing mix. Oh, wait, was Nancy bidding? I think Nancy might have been bidding. Let me bring those back. Nancy put the butterfly in, so I thought that the butterfly was her polite way of saying past without making me cry every time she said past. All right, so I thought it was over when she put the butterfly in. All right, let's see what she wants. Next time, if you're going to bid, sweetheart, try to bid before you put the little butterfly of pass in so that I know you're interested. Because it's when I see the butterfly that I go ahead and move it to the side and go to the next thing. Oh, one of the raspberry. Okay. All right. This one going to Nancy. All right. Thank you so much. If anybody else wants to get in on those, I do have multiples. All right, $3 starting bid for the Tony Sassere's stuffing mix. So Tony Sassere's is a famous Creole kitchen. So it's going to be delicious stuffing. It just has a little bit more flavor to it and a little bit more seasoning. And I love that it's ready in only 5 minutes. There is no MSG. There's no high fructose corn syrup. And it makes 6 half-ounce servings. So looking for $3. Hello, Terry Bear. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, everybody. Welcome, Mr. Terry. Okay, any interest on the stuffing? I just thought since y'all enjoy trying the Hawaiian stuffing, y'all might enjoy trying some of this Creole stuffing. And I have to tell you, everything made by the Tony Sassere's brand, I think is fantastic. And in case you're wondering why I'm pronouncing it Sassere's, since it starts with a C, in French, every C sounds like an S unless it has a cedilla underneath it. And a cedilla looks kind of like a number 5. That's why. All right, we're going to move this to the side. Next, at the end of last night's auction, there was some talk of moon pies. Now, I sold my last lemon moon pie, but I still have blueberry moon pies. I also have chocolate and banana moon pies. $3 starting bid for choice. So, who needs some moon pies? I love that they're all individually packaged. That way they're easy to take on the go or, even to hand them out. You get one, you get one, you get one. So blueberry is one of the summer flavors, so it's a limited time. When we get to fall, they always come out with new fall flavors. So once again, the choices are blueberry, banana, or the original, which is chocolate. Anybody for moon pies? Okay, if there's no interest in moon pies, then I'm going to show you some sandwich cookies. Now, the sandwich cookie you're looking at right here is the churro, but I can also get them in the lemon, the key lime, the creamsicle. Oh, you saw the salted caramel. Well, they must have a connection. I don't then. Usually it's salted caramel and it's pumpkin, and usually I don't get it until about September. But apparently they are, I guess, coming out with it sooner, and my store just hasn't gotten it. But as soon as I get it, I will bring it to y'all. But I don't have a Piggly Wiggly. Okay, so once again, the flavors that I can get, these big packages, and they're an entire pound, are churro, key lime, lemon, and creamsicle. So, any interest in the sandwich cookies? $3 starting bid, same price as always, for the entire pound of sandwich cookies. And in case anybody isn't familiar with churro, it has notes of vanilla and cinnamon. Okay, we're going to pass on these then. All right, next cookie is going to be fudge striped shortbreads. Fudge striped shortbreads. Well, in the little town in northern Louisiana where my maternal grandmother lived, there was always a Piggly Wiggly there and a Fred's and a Bill's dollar store. That's what I remember about visiting her when I would grow up. And she'd say, well, do you want to see what's in my local stores? I have all different local stores. So we'd always go to all her little stores and see what was on sale or clearance. So likewise, I haven't been to one in years, but I remember it fondly. I know there's still a thriving chain, and there's even some up north. I've heard a lady in Wisconsin talk about her local Piggly Wiggly. So $3 starting bid for these oven baked fudge striped shortbread cookies. This looks like something Craig might like. I don't know if Craig's still here. Okay, any interest on the fudge stripes? All right, we'll move those aside. How about something salty? All right, first salty choice are a big bag of onion rings. These are shelf stable, of course. Or the other option, and these were super popular last week, are the cinnamon twists. Very similar to the ones that you get at Taco Bell, but these are shelf stable. And let me show you the dates on these. The date on this one is September. The date on this one is August 31st. Anybody for $3? Okay, last call on the onion rings and the cinnamon twists. If I'm boring y'all and you're waiting for something, y'all let me know what you're waiting for, and I'll be glad to bring it up sooner than later. Okay, we will pass on these then. All right, any popcorn lovers in the chat? I have several flavors. The first one is cinnamon butter. The date on this one is September 11th. So $3 for choice. The choices are cinnamon butter, buffalo cheese, white cheddar, or just cheese popcorn. All right, anybody for popcorn in the cinnamon butter, cheese, buffalo cheddar, or white cheddar? All right, well, let's look at some non food items next. $3 for choice. I've got some holiday cookbooks, and then we'll have some everyday cookbooks. All right, the first one is holiday baking. It says must have holiday recipes for the whole food, for the whole family from Food We Love. Look at this bush Noel, so pretty. Or I've also got holiday cooking. So if you'd rather cook rather than bake, must have recipes for the whole family. And you'll see they have meats, they have side dishes, casseroles, sauces. $3 for choice. And if you're not into holiday, but this one's called Clean and Healthy, made easy recipes for healthy living. Pretty piece of salmon right there. We'll make that a all right. Here is another copy, although I can still get the copy that slid between the table and the wall. All right. Anybody for $3? Well, come on now. Who's ready to bake or cook or have some clean, healthy meals? All right, let me move these aside. Then let's look at some everyday cookbooks. Maybe those would be more for everybody's liking. All right, the first one is Healthy Home Cooking Made Simple. Comfort Foods Made Simple, still $3. Healthy Mediterranean Cooking Made Simple. Pies made simple. And Tina's in for three. Thank you so much, Tina. Looking for 325. 325. Bid it up, 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 bid it up. Bid it up, bid it up, bid it up. Once again, the choices are healthy home cooking, comfort foods, healthy Mediterranean cooking, or pies. All made simple. After all, why would you want to purposely make anything complicated when you can make it simple? Life is complicated enough that trying to make it more complicated, right? Okay, sold to Tina. I also think that these would be great gifts. Oh, she wanted the clean and healthy for the last round. Okay, let me grab that. Okay, here's the clean and healthy from the last round. I'm sorry, I thought you were bidding on this round. I'm sorry. Okay, any interest on this round? Got some healthy ones, got some comfort ones, got a Mediterranean foreign one, and who doesn't love a pie? Whether it's sweet or it's savory. So one of the things I like about pies is that it can be sweet or savory. You know, if you're having a salad, it's just a salad. If you're having a soup, there's no sweet or savory. It's just a soup. If you're having ice cream, it's all sweet. There's no such thing as savory. But pie is one of those few things that can be sweet or savory. Okay, last call on these then. All right, let me move these to the side. Okay, next, I've got two chip choices for you. The first one is called Ridges, and I feel like all the flavor gets trapped in the ridges, so I love ridges. These are sour cream and onion, $3 per choice. Or I've got honey barbecue potato chips, $3. Any interest? I see we've got 15 people watching. Y'all click the thumbs up for me, pretty please. Any interest in the sour cream and onion or barbecue? All right, we'll move these to the side. Next, let's see if anybody is a fan of coconut. Okay, the coconut choices are crispy coconut rolls, which these have no artificial ingredients. These are suitable for vegetarians and they have sesame seeds on them. Or I also have toasted coconut macaroons, $3 for choice. Hi, Chu. Thank you so much for stopping by. So glad to see you. I hope you're having a great day. All right. Any coconut lovers in the chat? Once again, we've got a choice of coconut rolls or toasted coconut macaroons. Okay, we're going to pass on these. Next, just $2 for a choice of rice. We've got cheddar broccoli and we have Spanish rice. These are made in just 7 minutes. The date on these is May of 2027 and August 25th of 2027. All right, $2 for choice of rices. Nancy, $2, pretty please. Thank you, Nancy. Anybody for $2 for a rice side dish? You could always turn this into an entree by adding a can of chicken or a pouch of tuna. And if there are things y'all are waiting to see, y'all let me know what you'd like for me to bring up next. Okay, next $3 starting bid. We're going to have some Wiley Wallaby. This is Australian licorice. We have the watermelon flavor. Lisa M. Adventure has a whole video about her trying the watermelon. Spoiler alert, she liked it. Green apple, lemonade, and the classic red, which is strawberry. And you will see that these are fat-free. These have no high fructose corn syrup. This particular one has a natural strawberry flavoring to it, and it is vegan. So looking for $3 for choice. And I can also get the blueberry pomegranate. Okay, last call on the Wiley Wallaby. All right, next $3 for choice. I have TGI Fridays potato skins. This one is cheddar and bacon. But I also have bacon and ranch. $3 for choice. And last but not least, I have pepperoni pizza. And I'm also going to throw in these Stubbs barbecue cheese curls. So 4 great salty choices. Anybody for TGIF or for Stubbs? And I'm not seeing a whole lot of chat in the chat. I'm starting to worry if y'all might have walked away. I'm just seeing Nancy. Hopefully y'all are still here. If not, I guess I could always end the broadcast early. I know it's not as fun when I don't have a co-host and don't have anybody to talk to. I've debated whether I should even have this auction or not, because I know when it's just me, fewer people watch and fewer people bid. But I had bills to pay, so I at least wanted to try. Now I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't have bothered. Oh, thank you for still being here, Tina. I appreciate you. All right, we will move these aside. I do too, Nancy, but sometimes people just let it play for watch hours and, just walk away and, cook or watch TV or play a game or something else. All right, $3 for a choice of pork skins. So this first one is salt and pepper flavor. Then I also have barbecue. I think this one is super flavorful. This one is the hot for those of you who like hot. And this one is the original. Let me put the hot down here so as to warn people about it. Okay, Nancy, the stubs sold to you. Thank you so much. Got it. If you could, pretty please, Nancy, when you're bidding, go ahead and bid before I show the next item, trade please, just so we can stay in sync. I know you feel like you have to put everything in first, but um, that would help me ever so much, sweetheart. All right. Are there any interest on these pork rinds? Once again, the choices are salt and pepper, barbecue, original, or hot. Any interest on these pork rinds? They're nice and crunchy and salty. Any interest? All right, let's move these aside then. Okay, next I have some taffy. This taffy is going to be $3 for choice. The first choice is a maple. The second choice is cotton candy. Okay, it just wants to slump down. I don't know what's wrong. There we go. Next, oh wait, that's maple too. All right, next I have strawberry banana. And this is not technically taffy. It says choose me, sweet and tangy watermelon. So I'll put that as an option as well. Oh, and I'm also going to offer one of Jocelyn's favorites. It is pineapple rings. I don't know if Jocelyn's still watching or not. All right, $3 for choice. All right. Any interest? All right. Last call on these then. All right. Next, $2 for choice. I have a choice of freeze dried candies. These are called brain freeze, and they're in Rainbow Crunch. Or a choice of Tic Tac Chewy. So if you ever thought, oh, why do Tic Tacs have to be so hard? I wish they were chewy. These are chewy, and these are in the flavors of cherry, lemon, orange, apple, and grape. So $2 for choice for the freeze dried candy or the Tic Tac Chewy. Just $2. Nice little snack, packed with flavor. Okay, we're going to pass on this. Let's look at a non-food item. Look how pretty this drink is. It may only be water with ice, but look how it is glowing. This is going to be $3. It's an LED coaster, and it has all these pretty colors in it. Let me see if I can open this one up and show it to you. Caution, there will be colored lights if anybody doesn't like light up items. Look away. Oh, I clicked it twice. Come on. What am I doing wrong? Well, maybe it's because it's in the package. Well, is this one defective? Let me try a different one. I'm glad I tried it. Let me try a different one. All right. Of course, I get one that's not open. Well, this one's sealed, so I'm sure this one's going to work fine. Oh, this one does work fine. Okay, so apparently this one is the Twinkle, and this one is the Chase, and this one is just on solid. So some people have light up cups. It's so cool that you could have a light up coaster because this will illuminate whatever you're drinking. Even if it's just a cup of water, like on the package. Look at it here. If I put just my boring bottle of water on it, all of a sudden it's so fancy. And I have to tell you, I kept one of these for me. I have it on my bedside table. And so often when I'm hear something, it's quicker rather than getting up and finding the little knob on the lamp next to my bed just to reach over and just to tap this. So much simpler. So anybody for $3? Okay, last call on this then. All right, next for the grilling enthusiasts, I have these skewers. This is an 8-pack of skewers, and they are super long. They're not 6 inches or 8 inches. These are a huge 14 inches. So, and they have a nice long handle as well. Great for your kebabs or your skewers, your chicken satays. I'm going to do the entire 8 pack for a starting bid of $5. That's not even $1 a skewer. And these are a heavy duty metal. Looking for $5. Any interest in the skewers? And this isn't just something that you use for grilling outside. You can also use these in your oven. I put a cookie sheet under mine just in case it drips. It can drip onto the cookie sheet. Okay, who likes gingerbread? Anybody like gingerbread? Well, I'm not selling actual gingerbread. I'm selling a gingerbread shaped activity kit. So this is going to make 4 ornaments. So perfect for Christmas in July. Also, here is another ornament kit, and it's shaped like hot chocolate. So that's going to be an option as well. Oh, $2 starting bid, Nancy. Next, I have this paint set, and it's another tasty treat. It is the candy cane. And last but not least, here is a gingerbread coloring painting set that comes with the markers. So there are your 4 options starting at $2. I do have 2 of this one. $2, Nancy. All right, Riri's in for 2. Thank you, Riri. It'll only be a few minutes till the top of the hour. We'll have another $1 round. I'm so glad you're here, Riri. Anybody for 225? Okay, we are sold to Riri. All right, she's going to take one of the gingerbread man kits. Thank you, thank you. We'll open this up to chat. Anybody else interested in these? Last call on these. All right, let me move these aside. All right, next I've got some fancy syrups that are flavored. So I've got a blueberry syrup and I've got a strawberry syrup. These are going to be $3 for choice. The date is 2027, and the date on this one is also 2027. $3 for choice. I'm also going to add this half pound of French vanilla coffee creamer as an option. So give your waffles or pancakes a little extra taste. Maybe you don't have a fruit to go on it. Use a fruit flavored syrup. Then it's two birds in one stone. You get the syrup and the taste of fruit. Because lately the cost of fruit has just skyrocketed. All right. Any interest in the fruit flavored syrups or the coffee creamer? Just $3. All right, let me move these aside. Oh, and by the way, these are not in glass jugs. I want you to see they are, I don't know if you can see me kind of move them. They're plastic. So I try to avoid glass bottles and jars. Those, when I saw that they were actually in plastic. All right, next, $2 choice of coasters. All right, here's the first one. It's this pretty green and yellow. And these all are ceramic coasters with cork on the back. So that's your first option. Here's the next one, this pretty geometric pattern with gray. This one has a pretty sunset in it with some leaves. This one says, "This home is filled with love." How sweet is that? And I love that the background looks like it has kind of a wood grain to it. This one says, "Do all things with love." Sweet again. This one says, "Laugh often." This one says, "Life is beautiful." All right, anybody for $2? $2. And remember, they're ceramic, but they have cork on the back. They're also brand new, sealed, and shrink wrapped. And this little sticker says that they are naturally absorbent. So, for those of you who like all things natural, anybody for $2? So quiet today. All right, let me move these aside. Okay. All right, next I have some chip clips. These are going to be $2 for choice. First choice is Winnie the Pooh. Look how cute these are. Next choice is sweet little Minnie Mouse. Here's one of Mickey and Minnie together. Then I have a Star Wars. And if you prefer a 5-pack that don't have any containers but any characters, this one is more for your money. So $3 for choice for either a character 2-pack or a 5-pack. And if you don't see the particular character you like, ask me about it. I've been able to get some that are other characters, such as the Nightmare Before Christmas characters, Stitch, Garfield, Mickey Mouse, lots of the superheroes, the Iron Man, the Avengers. What was she in on 2 for? Did you put these in as 2? Oh no, let me scroll up. Oh no. Well, I will honor it because Nancy apparently put these in for 2. What was 2 was the coasters before this. But I will honor the price because Nancy put it in writing. Oh my. Okay. Okay, fair warning. Okay, we are sold to Jen. No, no, we always charge what's in the chat. It's okay. Um, it's fine, y'all. Which one are ones, Jen? Let's see what Jen chooses. Winnie the Pooh. Okay, that's excellent. I have 2 available. Do you want one set or both? One or both? Just one. Okay. Any others, or are you done picking? Let us know if you're still picking or you're done. And then we'll open this up to the chat to see if anybody else wants to get these. Okay, last call on these then. Anybody else? All right, let me move these aside. It is top of the hour, so we're going to have a fun little dollar round. Let me show you what I have. Okay, first I've got shortbread cookies. Next, I have just a couple of the only bars. The only flavor I have left is the peanut butter with dark chocolate. I've got Nature Valley Crunchy and peanut butter. It's a granola bar. I've got Quaker Chewy. It is 25% less sugar. It is peanut butter chocolate chip. All right. Next, I've got crispy rice treats. That's the next one. I've got chewy dips chocolate chip bars. Hey, you'll make room for everybody. Make room, make room. All right, let's see. Anything else? I'm also going to add these milkshake straws. Nice big package, and they're nice wide straws. So I'll add those as well. Looking for $1 starting the ad. All right, Nancy's in for $1. All right, we're going once. Nancy's in for $1. We're looking for $1.25. All right, we are sold to Nancy. All right, let's see which one or one she chooses. Only bars times 2. Okay. Here are 2. So this one right here is my very last one. Very last one. And then I won't be able to get any more. Anybody else? We're now open to the chat. Any other interest? Well, I want to thank Nancy for running the chat today. I'm still looking for somebody to run the chat tomorrow, somebody to co host tomorrow, or several people who want to swap out or help me back and forth. Without some help, I can't have the auction. So I may have to cancel tomorrow's auction if I can't get any help. But I am praying that God will move one of y'all to help me. I'll be watching my emails and my Discord messages in case anybody is volunteering. But y'all know, unlike some other channels that just leave their streams up, if I have to cancel mine, I take the stream down so you don't get the notification, and I post in my YouTube community page. I never rudely make y'all show up and just chat back and forth, waiting to see if I'm going to go on or not. And I always make sure to treat y'all with the respect that I would want other channels to treat y'all with. So, oh, wait a second. Asking a question. Yes, Terry, these were all $1 for choice. Do you need me to go through the choices again? It was a package of the thicker, wider milkshake straws for milkshakes or smoothies. It was a package of shortbread cookies, and this is what they look like. It was an elevation bar, which is a nut bar that has peanut butter with dark chocolate, and this is what it looks like. A Nature Valley Crunchy bar, which is peanut butter and granola, and it's got 20 grams of whole grains. A Chewy, 25% less sugar, peanut butter chocolate chip bar. Then I had a Chewy dipped granola bar with chocolate chips. Those are so yummy. They almost don't seem healthy with them having a couple of chocolate chips inside and being dipped in chocolate. And here's a crispy right treat. And spoiler alert, they're made with marshmallows to hold the rice together. All right, so those were the choices. All right, Terry's in for $1. Thank you so much, Mr. Terry. And we've already counted it down, so you just need to tell us which ones you want and what quantities. So it was already counted down, and at that point, it was open to chat. Let's see which one or ones Mr. Terry's going to pick. We'll give just a minute for the lag because y'all remember he's all the way in the Netherlands. But how fun must it be to try snacks from America, just like we enjoy when I can get some of those European snacks or foods? I'm sure he enjoys trying some of the American ones. All except the straws. Okay. And did you want just one of each? Some of them I had multiples. Okay, well, I'm going to gather these up, not the straws, for Mr. Terry. And we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast for today. I want to thank Nancy for chat. Y'all stay tuned to my community page to see if I got any volunteers or if I'm going to have to cancel tomorrow. I'm hoping I can find a way to work it out. But if not, you'll see me next Saturday, which is the end of birthday week. Birthday week started last night, and it culminates in your actual birthday, which for me is Christmas in July, July 25th. So next Saturday is my full on birthday. So let's see. Can you throw a shortbread into my box? Absolutely. Just one. Just one. Okay, here it is. Thank you so very much. I don't know if you saw the Italian shortbread cookies during the middle of the show that had either dark chocolate or had the raspberry. If you like shortbread, we did have those earlier. And we also had some shortbreads with chocolate on them that look kind of like a fancy postage stamp. Those were also Italian. Okay, I've got it. I will add one of those. I'm sure ICU is writing it on the list right now. So hopefully God will make a way about tomorrow. And if not, then I will see y'all on my birthday, because better than being alone and crying and feeling all old and unloved, I'll get to spend it with friends during my regular Saturday auction. So always good not to be alone on your birthday. So I'm so thrilled that it falls on a broadcast day this year. So, thank y'all so much. I say, les le bon temps roule. Let the good times roll. Roll in your life, roll in your heart, roll in your soul, roll on